Let it bang way out in the sticks. 308 in a dirty I6. Ain't a thing cause we're all getting lit. In the woods with a redneck click. Let it bang way out in the sticks. 308 in a dirty I6. Ain't a thing cause we're all getting lit. In the woods with a redneck click. Let it bang way out in the sticks. 308 in a dirty I6. Ain't a thing cause we're all getting lit. In the woods with a redneck click. Let it bang way out in the sticks.
Josh White's Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Gilson Arms, Bub and Mothers, Buckmax, Second Chance Hunt, PNR Whitetail Supreme, and Outdoor Pro Shop.
Welcome back to Josh White's Outdoor Adventures. We're excited to have you back this week. Thanks for joining us. We're going to do some cooking. We're going to do a sponsor highlight, Bub and Mothers. Thanks for joining the show and being a sponsor this year. We're going to cook some deer meat up. And there's a couple ways that I do deer meat. I like it both ways, with the gamey taste or without it. If you want to cook some deer meat that doesn't have a gamey taste, I always soak it in milk. And the way you know that it's doing its job, the milk will turn a light shade of pink, and that's normal. It'll also add flavor and make it really, really tender. I've actually had deer meat that I've soaked, took it out, and it literally fall apart as I'm taking it out. So I like it this way. I like it gamey also. I like it both ways, but because I like eating with other people that don't like the gamey taste, I always just do it with the milk. So stay tuned and we'll have some fun cooking. Alright, first step to our process, I want to get all of the meat out of the milk. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this meat sit and get up to room temperature. And what that's going to do is that's going to open up the pores on this meat to make it even more flavorful. So whatever seasonings you put on it, it'll be able to absorb that flavor better. And then we're going to get it into a skillet. That's good. So once again, this is a special segment brought to you by Bub and Mothers. Now we're allowing this meat to come to room temperature, and while we're doing that, you'll notice on the cutting board here that the milk is starting to come out of the meat. You want to drain that. So we're going to drain it. You see all that pink milk coming out? That's what you want. Alright, and then we got that all squared away. I'm going to take some Bub and Mothers while it's coming up to room temp. Put a little bit of seasoning on it. Start getting some flavor kicking in here. I like to put a little salt on it too. If you're not eating meat with salt, you're wrong. It just adds to the flavor. I don't know what it is about salt, but salt's always good with meat. We'll put that on the skillet just here in a few. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take a whole stick of butter. We're going to put it in a bowl. We're going to microwave that butter till the point to where it's a liquid. And then we're going to put garlic powder in it, and we're going to taste it and see if it's the consistency that we want. What we're doing is we're making a garlic butter to put over the steak once it's cooked to kind of give it a garlicky kick. And so it's also going to enhance the flavor in the steak. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to put some onion, chopped onion, in a skillet. Now I know it said I'm going to use that garlic butter to top the steak whenever it's done, but I like to also cook with it because cooking with butter just, I don't know, there's something about it that just makes sense. So I'll put a little bit of that garlic butter over them onions. I'm just going to sit there, turn the heat on, get that going a little bit, and then the steaks are going in there. So we also added a little bit of butter and some salt to the onion. That's going to open up the pores to the onion and bring the flavor out a little more. And we're going to go ahead and start putting our deer meat, our tenderloin, in here. And so the magic begins. Now, you're going to want to, after you get all the deer meat in there, you're going to want to stir them onions up, kind of get that flavor just all around. And then you cook to your desired temperature. I like mine medium rare. My wife, questioning her sanity on this one, but she likes medium well, sometimes well done. So I mean, whatever your preference is, just cook to that temperature. And you don't want to overcook deer meat. It's very, very easy to overcook lean meat because it's not like beef. It cooks quick. Generally, you really want to brown the outside if you're going for medium rare. You don't want to leave it in there for too long because it's just going to be well done. So now that I got everything stirred around, things are starting to cook. I want to sprinkle a little bit more of this Bub and Mother's son of a brisket on there. Now if you remember, we sprinkled some of this on there when we was getting it up to room temperature. So you already have some there. You don't want to overdo it. You definitely want to have some flavor. I'll give you some info here. Bub and Mother's, they make different seasonings, and as you can tell, we wear it out. I'm telling you, this stuff is good. Go to bubandmothers.com, check it out. They make other flavors too, and depending on what you're cooking will depend on what flavor you want to use, obviously. But try it out. I mean, you know, you might come up with the next great recipe. So now it should be pretty close to medium rare. And look how tender that is. We're going to try it out. I told you I was going to put a little bit of this garlic butter on there. Alright, now watch. Look how tender this is. Let's try that out. Man, that's good. That's some good cooking. Be sure to check out bubandmothers.com. I'm telling you, this is good stuff. Now, join us on the hunt.
Josh White's Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Gilson Arms, Bub and Mothers, Buckmax, Second Chance Hunt, PNR Whitetail Supreme, and Outdoor Pro Shop.
Well, I made it to Braxton County, and man, I really hated that frizzy this morning. Not having a chance at that big buck. I made it into my tree stand, and we're gonna see if we have any does in. I know I've seen some on trail cam, and I'm really wanting a good meat doe. So let's see what happens with that. I know I put out some brain tame, so that'll help. It always does help. in their mind, it makes it, it gives off the scent of a bedding area. So, we'll see what happens this evening. I know it is 4:30. So, with that being said, it's, it gets dark around 7. And I'm excited to see what comes through. Stay tuned.
Well, I got her. That works. Heck yeah. Can't beat that. Yeah, boy. Let's go find a deer. Well, I got out of the stand. Let's go down here and see if we can see any blood. I know I hit her. I know I hit her good. Tail down, running like that. She's dead. So, let's go find ourselves a deer.
Well, I made a bad shot. I thought that I made a good one, but unfortunately it was way further back than I wanted it to be. By now I have learned my lesson to stop the deer before I shoot, which is a mistake that I commonly make. We all make mistakes. So I made a mistake. The deer, you know, it was a vital shot, but it's not where you want to shoot at. And you know, I could not recover the deer. It went for a long while, a long ways, and went on somebody else's property I did not have permission to be on. They wouldn't let us go on that land this year, so you know, you have to respect other people's property and their wishes. But it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It made for a fun hunt anyway.
Josh White's Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Bilson Arms, Bub and Mothers, Buckmax, Second Chance Hunt, PNR Whitetail Supreme, and Outdoor Pro Shop. Well, we're on the road. I am. I'm on the road from Braxton County going to Kanawha County. I'm almost to my destination. I'm in Kanawha County now, and it's 6:21. Hopefully I get there pretty soon. I usually get there about 6:30, but oh well, being a little late ain't no problem. You make do, improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? Anyway, it's 52 degrees outside. It's supposed to have a high of 81 today. I don't know if the deer is going to be moving or not, but we're going to take our chances, see what we can see. I know every 2 days the bucks seem to come through this area, so hopefully we have a shot on what Izzy missed out on. I've been after that buck this season for a while now, and really hoping I get a shot at him. He's a pretty good buck. Good buck to get on the wall, and you know, groceries. Always good to get some meat and put in the freezer. So stay tuned, hang around, and I'll see you in a minute.
Well, I got aggravated, had to use the bathroom, and now the blind's gone. Whoever it was took it, finally. I might have got the picture that this is private property. But anyway, on my way down I seen a doe, and I was like, why not? She wouldn't go completely broadside, which I did not like, so I tried to think of the exit. I made the shot. I know I hit her. I believe she's down. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned.
There she is. Well, she's not the biggest doe, but she's groceries. I seen a buck this morning. Wasn't quite big enough to take for what I wanted to take on my second buck tag here in West Virginia. The blind was gone, and I just got a little aggravated and got out of the blind and started going down the hill because, you know, why not? Wasn't no corn in the feeder either. I just kind of felt like, why not call it quits? I feel like that I've put a lot of pressure on these deer here. Need to give them some time to kind of reacclimate and maybe reconvene later during the rut. This is the second deer for me this season, and she's gonna do just fine in the freezer. She's not the biggest thing, but she's not small either. And you know what? We'll take it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate y'all, and you know, I'm out here just having the time of my life. I hope y'all having a fun time watching. That was a lot of fun. You know, between the hunt in Braxton County and the hunt in Kanawha County, you know, sometimes things don't always go how you planned them to be, especially when it comes to hunting. Things just kind of happen. Sometimes, I mean, it's just like buck hunting. Sometimes you'll be in a stand 5 minutes and all of a sudden your target buck shows up. Or You can hunt that buck all season and not have a shot at him. So that's just how it goes. It even goes that way with does. Sometimes you might not see nothing on a hunt all day long. And so I definitely had a fun time. Thanks for joining me. And on the next episode of Josh White's Outdoor Adventures, we're going to have some more fun. Make killing does great again. They make for some great meat, and they're a lot of fun. So we're going to go to I'm going to go to Wood County, West Virginia. A friend of mine, Derek, he has a farm, and he wants to road us some does. It's going to be antlerless season for a few days in October, the end of October here in West Virginia, and we're going to go get us a couple does. We're going to have some fun. And later in the episode, we start our journey to Kentucky, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to go chase after some Kentucky big bucks, especially on a all veteran hunt.